Artifact is the newest game by Valve. It's an online trading card game like Magic, Hearthstone, and the irrelevant ones. When I heard that Artifact was a mix between a MOBA and a card game, I was feeling very excited. Personally, as someone that has played League of Legends for the last 5 years, one of the things I always enjoyed about League was outsmarting my opponent. Having great mechanics is something I've never been able to achieve, but knowing how to manage a creep wave in order to get it to push towards me, deciding when to teleport into a fight and when to push a tower down, has always been something I love about the game. So when I heard this game was going to have a MOBA feel, I was super excited. In November 20th, streamers started getting access to the closed beta. I watched Forsen, Creep, Life Coach, and other streamers for hours, and I gotta be honest, I could not understand what was going on in their game, like at all. All I did was start to scream, drooling at myself, and type "I am a doggy" in Twitch chat. This might not seem like a relevant point, but until you play the game yourself, it's hard to understand what is going on. Meanwhile, in Hearthstone, almost everything is crystal clear to new players. Much like Dota, Artifact doesn't seem very noob friendly, and that can be intimidating, even though the game itself is simple. When the game finally came out, once the first week was over, I came to the conclusion that the game sucked dick. Progression. One of the things Valve was criticized the most was for releasing the game without any progression or incentive to continue playing. This has recently been improved by adding a leveling system and rewards given to those who level. Although the leveling process is low and the rewards stop at 10 packs and tickets, I think this is definitely a step in the right direction. Competitive. There is no competitive mode. I think having a competitive or ranked mode would be interesting, but on launch it would have been impossible to add that option. Since the game was insanely unbalanced, if there was a constructive ranked mode, it would have been dominated by decks with Kenna, Draw Ranger, and Cheating Death, or by any other deck that had Axe. Balance. When Artifact first came out, it was said that there was no intention to balance the game, but certain heroes having absolutely broken signature cards and some classes having some abominations that should have never been created, continuing to ignore balance would have been a huge mistake. In a recent patch, among other stuff, Axe, Cheating Death, and Draw Ranger got nerfed, which felt pretty amazing to see, despite Axe still being a pain in the ass to deal with. Considering the patches are coming out in a decent pace, I believe the game might be balanced enough someday to warrant having a ranked constructed mode being made. Economy. Artifact has a trading system that allows you to buy the cards you want on your deck directly. The cards with the most demand have higher prices. That's why once the game was released, Axe costed more than the game itself. However, the price drops because the more packs are open, the more cards are out to be traded, so the demand drops and so does the price. This system is simpler than buying a shit ton of packs and disenchanting all of the cards you don't care about to create the cards you want. But it can trick you into making some very bad deals. I, for example, being a fucking idiot, wanted to buy a couple heroes, so I went to the marketplace to get Zeus, Lich, and Sniper. It felt like a pretty good deal at the time, but once a couple days pass and the value of everything goes down, then you realize you made a stupid fucking deal. My advice for anyone thinking about buying the game is to not buy anything on the marketplace that costs more than 2 digits. That mainly applies to people that live outside of EU and NA, because for us that had terrible country RNG, dollar costs a shit ton of money, so fuck you, Gambit. Advertising. In the closed beta, Valve was giving out free keys to give away for streamers that play or used to play card games, but I think that's part of what they did wrong. Instead of sponsoring only card game streamers, they should have also advertised with big MOBA streamers like I'm a Cutie Pie, Tyler1, Skara, Shifter, I Will Dominate, Admiral Bulldog, hell, even Pokemon. Let's get some 12-year-olds in here, you know? For me, what makes this game stand out from all the other card games are the MOBA elements. People that play card games are usually more interested in comboing their spells in order to get a lethal. And even though that comes into play in Artifact, I believe that people that are interested in the macro aspect of a MOBA would find this game a lot more appealing than Hearthstone / Magic players would. The strategy for selling this game shouldn't have been to say, hey, look at our card game, it's way more complicated than the other card games in the market, but this one has Dota themed cards. I personally believe that the better strategy for selling Artifact would be going with, hey, are you tired of your dumbass team not knowing how to rotate the map and not following any of your calls? Well, I have great news for you. In this game you can control your whole team, those dumb fucks will never hold you back here. Maybe it's just me, but the second strategy would have me going a lot faster. Future. I honestly have no doubts that Artifact is going to continue to evolve and become a great game. That is, if Valve continues to make changes at the same pace and adding new incentives to continue playing. But I believe advertising should be a priority when new content arrives. Since the number of players keeps dropping and the viewership on Twitch was looking pretty dead the last time I checked. When I wrote my Steam review for the game on December 6th, I had 88 hours played. Right now I have 232. My thoughts on the game then were that rewards were needed for regular play and balance changes needed to be made to many cards. I also asked for a ranked system. Valve has answered 2 of my 3 requests. Now, there is a skill rating in place, but since you can't lose points, I don't think it can be taken seriously. I'm almost level 50 in Constructed right now as I'm writing this, and I honestly suck at this game, so I don't think this is comparable to a displayable MMR or an actual ranking system, but it's better than nothing, I guess. I think my rating for this game was 5 out of 10 at launch, but right now it's approaching a solid 7. I recommend this game for people that like the concept of a MOBA card game, but do not buy X. Wait until he's so cheap that they're pretty much giving that red fuck away, okay? Don't give Gaben this satisfaction. Please, goodbye, subscribe to me, and like the video.